I haven't looked into it yet. Again, it's early, guys. You guys know that. We're 4 hours ahead of time here. Ball State won the first matchup 75-63 as a 10-point dog. Ball State's 12-3 against the spread versus Central Michigan since '97. That to me, just reading some of those trends, how wacky they are, especially if this game means nothing for Ball State. I don't know. I would stay away from that one. Bowling Green, Kent State. I will tell you, massive trends with the Bowling Green first half over. All right, we'll put it that way. Like 24-4 in some cases. In this particular spot, they are 18-2. I won't tell you the spot, but it's this spot. As far as Kent State, now, if I get basically a system play. It's basically a system play where I've been playing this for a while. Bowling Green first half over, and I'm going to start sharing it now because, not to be a dick, but there's only a couple games left. And you look at Kent State, right? So I know I have an over trend. I know I have an over system play. It became just almost an auto play for Bowling Green in the first half. So what do? We look at who they're playing. How are they scoring the ball? Blah, blah, blah. Kent State 2-3 in their last 5, scoring 75 points a game, 32 in the first half, right? Allowing 33. By the way, the number's 68, little high. You look at Kent State overall, the over's 18-7 in all their games this year. In their home games, the over's 10-2, right? When they're off of a loss, the over's 6-0. When playing teams with losing records, the over's 5-1. When the total's 140 to 150, the over's 18-4 in the last 3 years. So basically, you get a lot of trends pointing towards the over, right? And basically, that's what I'm looking for. You look at the last time they played, however, it was 62-59. At the half, it was 30-19. Some awful shooting, but put this together, right? 49 points at the half. They came out and scored 72 in the second or something like that, and some really piss-poor shooting in that one, 37% for both teams. I think we get a little turnaround here. I like the first half over just based on the fact that it's a system, Ohio and Eastern Michigan, cash bets, what's up? John Jensen, Southampton starts at 245. What were the other two games? The other two games are... West Brom and Chelsea. So you guys are all here. Good to see you. Yeah. What'd you guys think of that? Like I said, be happy if you guys want me to ask all these guys any one particular question. If you want a particular question for a particular team, I don't know. I sort of have to. I know who we're talking to, and some of the guys I can go more sports bet with. Some of the guys ask me not to, basically because some of them are on TV and really shouldn't even contract obligations. Why shouldn't even be coming on here? And then, if it gets out that they're talking about sports and stuff like that, they could lose their job. They really can. So it's like it's a tiptoe. Some don't care, really. They really just don't give a fuck. But others give me that song and dance. Like all of a sudden, my podcast is going to be on ESPN talking about a beat writer giving me information for inside betting in March. Let's slow the fuck down. Go to Baseball Reference. Go to Baseball Prospectus. There's nothing you can't find statistically, or nothing, maybe information that he has that no one else. I get that, but fucking relax, people. Either way, let me know what you guys think of it. I'm interested to know where we should go with it. I'm trying not to make it just a boring interview for each guy, trying to bring some sports betting into it. We can talk about sports totals, stuff like that, but who cares? I'll figure it out on my own. That's my job. Let's see. DePaul going into Nova gigantic favorites today. I believe they got it wrapped up now because they had a lead and Xavier lost. So you look at DePaul as an underdog, 5-14 ATS. More importantly, though, let's look at when Villanova is gigantic favorites. They haven't been in this spot in a while. They're obviously 15-0 since '97, 8-7 straight up, when they really don't have much to play for. But DePaul has been awful. They can't get to 70. With the total at 141 with a 23, what's that put it at? 80-60. 80 to 60, right? 80 to 60 is 140. Move to a show because for whatever reason my fucking internet and Wi-Fi, yeah, I know, it's what I was just getting into. I think we should be good now. You guys let me know when I come back. And I was just about to start bitching about it too. Okay, yeah. For whatever reason I have like no fucking the Wi-Fi is like terrible at noon. Remember, if you guys remember when I used to do this at 12, this problem used to happen all the time. And since I moved to 4, I've had no issues. It's very weird. I don't know. I guess overkill. But I'm in the fucking suburbs. It's not like I'm around a million businesses. I don't get it. Either way. So that's that. Let's see. Anyone else? Anyone? Did I see someone ask about a game? I forgot to check in on that. Someone asked about one. If you did, what was it? Ohio, Eastern Michigan. Okay, we can dig into that one real quick here. Let's see, where is that one? Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Am I missing something here? Ohio, Eastern Michigan? I must have missed it. I see Ball State, Central Michigan, Toledo, Western Michigan, Northern Illinois, Eastern Michigan. If you can give me a bet number on it, I'll gladly go over. For some reason, I'm just not seeing it. I don't know why. I must be going out of my mind. Let's see. I will Baylor, Oklahoma. My God, with this one. Who knows what's up with Baylor at this point? I don't even want to talk about this one, honestly. Let's talk about Little Rock and Arkansas State, because I think I have an angle in this one. If you guys know, clients, you guys know, we've made a lot of money with Arkansas State this year, whether we're betting the side or the unders. They have things wrapped up in there. They got the 1 seed, everything's all set. They went out and played Texas State as a 12.5-point favorite over the weekend with everything wrapped up, and they didn't cover. They got Arkansas State here at home, probably senior night. They don't have many seniors, I don't believe, though. Oh, yeah, they do. They got a few. And, they should be amped for it. A thing with Arkansas Little Rock, right? When they play a team for the second time this year, a lot of the numbers are the same. For instance, they played Georgia Southern. One of the overs. They don't have many overs on the list, right, this year. You look at Georgia Southern. The first game went over. Second game went over, okay? You look at Texas State. Their first game against them went over the number. Second game, most recently, also went over the number, right? So there's definitely a correlation with these teams as far as when they're playing, right? Louisiana Monroe. Let's see. Appalachian State, under, right? Texas Arlington, under. Point being, whatever happened in the first one seems to continue to happen in the second one, if you know what I mean, as far as matchup-wise. Either teams can score a little bit more on this Arlington team, or they really have trouble. And then when they play them for the second time, nothing really changes. Okay, that's the long answer to what I was just trying to say. So, first meeting against Arkansas State, 76-73 obviously goes over the number that was 134 at the time. This one's 137 today. Do I think it goes over? Yes, I do. For a few reasons. For one, Arkansas State proved that they could somewhat score against them, although they shot 50% against them, right? Arkansas Little Rock in that game only shot 32%. All right, it was bad. And they still got to 149. I don't think Little Rock's defense is going to be as tight for just because, it's wrapped up. It's just human nature to ease up, right? You look at Arkansas State this year against very good defensive teams, meaning teams that allow less than 64 points a game. The over is 5-0. You go back 3 years, the over's 11-1. All right. So they've been notoriously been able to do that. On the road this year, the over's 10-3 for Arkansas State. So things line up. Like I mentioned, we made a lot of money on the unders this year with Little Rock, a lot. We hit almost every single one. The one factor, when they are revenging a road loss versus an opponent, they tend to turn things up. The over has a 67% trend there, dating way back. And I know sometimes, this is Little Rock team's different coach, everything like that, blah, blah, blah. But it's a long way of saying I like the over in this one, so let's roll with that, as bad as Arkansas State has been. Let's see, what do we got? Ohio at Akron. Eastern Michigan plays Northern Illinois. Yes, okay, so we'll get into one of those here. Ohio at Akron. Ohio, Akron. Here's the thing I don't have, right? And maybe you know this, cash bets, but I'll look it up right now as I go. But I don't know the situation with Akron. Hold on. Yeah, I'll pull it up. I didn't have this conference up. I haven't really looked at this conference yet today, but let's pull it up because I want to see if anything means anything here. Where do we got? What do we got? Akron. Oh my God. Akron. There we go. 22-7 on the year, obviously. First place, 1-game lead. Oh, okay. They got a 1-game lead over Ohio. They won their first matchup, so they would split this. Is that right? Is this the last game? Let's see. I didn't realize. Like I said, I haven't even got into it. It's not the last game. Okay, so obviously huge game that we're talking here. You look at the conference, Akron, in the East anyway, has a 1-game lead, 11-5 with the best record overall. I don't know. They must do a MAC regular season champion. So obviously this would be it. Depending on how they did against Ball State, they probably only played them once, correct? And they beat them. So huge game for them tonight, huh? Senior night. Jeez, I didn't realize. Let's look into this a little further. Akron 5.5-point favorites at home. The last time they played, let's see, 80-68 in Ohio. Ohio was 2-point favorites. Akron got off to a pretty good start, 36-29 at half. They took 64 shots, both shot right around 43%, 30% from 3. Free throws were exactly the same at 21. The big difference was at the free throw line, Akron shot 81% to Ohio's 57. Everything else was pretty equal. You look overall on the year, when you're talking about free throws, Akron actually shoots 69% on the year and Ohio 75%. This is a tough one. This is probably going to be a barn burner, actually. As much as I want to take Akron, it's a lot of points at 5.5. Maybe on the money line with something else. So everything starts at 245, John. Thank you. Maybe on the money line with everything else. How about the other one? Eastern Michigan at Northern Illinois. What's going on with those two? Northern Illinois 2-game back. Yeah, they can't catch them. I'm going to tell you right now, this Northern Illinois team is falling apart, okay? You can look at their record at 19-10 and say that's fantastic. But, they've lost 7. They're 3-7 in their last 10, really. It's just a team that's just not playing well. And they're not covering either. I mean, they only covered 4 of those games out of those 10. And now they're going on the road to Eastern Michigan, who has played better. Okay, they started basically with 5 straight losses, thereabouts. They played Central Michigan. Either way, they had 5 straight losses going into February, and they sort of turned it up. They just got the doors blown off of them by Ball State, and I mean, Ball State can really ball. They really